As a driver, what contribution do you make towards bringing sanity on our roads? Tonight, as you watch, we are looking at two major issues. The issue of parking violation, or what you might call wrongful parking, and the flagrant abuse, flagrant disregards to traffic lights by some motorists in town, which has often led to accidents on our roads. Join us as we drive around the town to find out those who are helping to bring sanity on our roads and those whose activities run counter to traffic rules and regulations. I am Jerry Osuji. Welcome to Traffic Watch on Orient Television, Channel 59, Owerri. The bane of transport system in most parts of the country is wrongful parking. This is also a major challenge in our state. For the avoidance of doubt, the Nigeria Highway Code stipulates that before parking, a driver must check their mirror and look out for other road users with a signal to show their intention to stop. This is called the look, signal, move routine, and one is expected to stop as close as they can to the edge of the road. Surprisingly, the reverse is the case with most of our drivers, especially the commercial bus drivers. Before you hit the road as a driver, you are warned not to park wherever you see no parking sign. You must not park wherever your vehicle will obstruct the views of other road users or constitute danger to them. For instance, at or near road junction. Bends or corners. Brow or crest of a hill. Narrow bridge. Level crossing. Bus stop. Pedestrians crossing or on either side of a crossing. School entrance or other entrances. Footpath, pavement or cycle path for those that have them. The left-hand side of the road at night, except in a one-way street. Still on wrong parking. Motorists are barred from parking their vehicles in such a manner as to stop traffic flow or cause any inconvenience to others. You don't have to park on a narrow road, on flyovers, in tunnels or in underpasses unless there are signs to say you may park there. You don't park on a single track road or in a passing place on such a road. The list is endless. Therefore, we can define wrongful parking or parking violation as the act of parking a motor vehicle in a restricted place or for parking in an unauthorized manner. Regrettably, while it is against the law virtually everywhere to park a vehicle in the middle of a highway or road, it is a commonplace among many drivers in our state, especially the minibus drivers. What you see is a daily occurrence along the remodeled fire service junction and indeed many other parts of the town. If you think this is not worrisome enough, how then will you explain this one? Now, vehicles moving towards St. Molumba have been given the green light to pass, but they are stuck at this point because minibus drivers must stop at the center of the road to pick and drop passengers. What impudence, you will say. Many are of the view that this obvious and flagrant disregard to traffic rules and regulations has persisted because those saddled with the responsibility of enforcing compliance have not shown the right capacity, hence dragging their foot.
Most times it causes accidents and delay in movement, so I feel very bad. One of the things that can happen and which always happen is accidents. You get? So I think it's not good for you to disobey the traffic lights, because even when one wants to obey and the other person is not obeying, it can lead to accident, because when this one is obeying and wants to pass, this other one should stop for the other one to pass. So it can also lead to accident and then delay in movements most times.
Aside the dangers posed by the traffic menace, it also accounts for the near chaotic situation we notice at different corners of the city. This is the IMSO roundabout. We recall with tears that in recent past, the state had lost lives and property around this axis, occasioned by brake failure or some lorries. It stands to be imagined what may be the fate of most of these drivers that form a pack around the IMSO junction in the event of any such mishap. Your guess is as good as mine. Similar to this is the flagrant disobedience of some motorists to the traffic lights, even when others are beginning to imbibe the practice. Following repeated campaigns by this presenter and the IBC Orient FNTV anchors on the need to adhere to traffic regulations, close observers say the level of compliance by motorists to these signs is on the increase. These are motorists who, without compulsion, pull their vehicles to a halt at the sight of the red traffic lights. But the disobedient ones will always want to do this, not unmindful of the consequences of their actions. This is Bank Road by the Government House roundabout. Same ugly scenario also plays out at various junctions in the state capital, because some people have taken it upon themselves to go against traffic rules. If motorists obey their own traffic lights religiously, this won't happen.
I was driving from Government House roundabout towards this end. So there's a car at my front, and that's a Hyundai Saloon. So at the process, the traffic light stopped. So the man was on motion to negotiate, while I was at his back to negotiate to park at his back and wait for the traffic light. And the man with this vehicle, that's the caution man, on a high speed, drove, in fact, without even applying brake, and smashed my car. At the process of smashing my car, he now drove the
left side.
Yes, the left side and parked. So that was exactly what happened. Even the traffic wardens saw what happened, and all of them we are blaming him.
Okay. We have to commend you for observing the traffic light. Now that he has done this, there is no doubt he's going to repair your car. Going to do that. Sorry about that, okay? Can you tell me your name?
Okay, my name is Mr. Akwarandu John Okechukwu. Yes, I work with Imo State Polytechnic.
Hey, my brother, a very humble man.
So, yes,
I'm
driving, but I went for a program at IMSU and I'm driving back to meet up with my lectures in school before this incident happened. So you can see.
I'm happy these ones are all here. They're all here. They saw what happened. Virtually everyone that lent their voice to this discourse unequivocally condemned those who flout traffic regulations, especially traffic lights.
Traffic. You make a bad moment like a special akara. About a robot. It's not a robot at Jaloko. You wait. Team more pass again. Boy, yeah, it's not here in Imo State. I don't know why.
The issue is that I think is an orientation that is gradually taking place. The mindset we have previously is what is affecting us. So over time, the traffic light has not been in existence, so it has actually caused most of them to be behaving the way they behave. But with the implementation of this traffic light, which has not been installed in every place, places like MCC, I don't know why some places are yet to have traffic light. So if this traffic light is being installed, I believe that over time the orientation that is gradually taking place will be enshrined everywhere and people will understand that this traffic light is good. For instance, the fire service traffic light, to an extent I must commend that fire service traffic light is very okay. It has reduced congestion there. So I think the problem is our mindset.
We don't go sometimes we have some make obey.
All the very bad. As far as the traffic 80 on a road, okay, make a hold up belata. But all the transporter and there was follow driver and then when did it? When did it 2 or 5 minutes they move? You don't know when did it? Who's with the traffic like 80 like hold up nowhere again. I want to watch here my own.
What then can be done to address this issue?
The government should sensitize people on the use of the traffic lights and then maybe set a penalty for anyone who defaults. You get it actually help people to obey, because most people now, okay, the generation we are now, if you don't use hard hands on them, they won't want to obey the laws. So the government should set a penalty that anyone who defaults at any traffic light point should be penalized, something like that. So I think it will also help, and also educates people on the use of traffic lights and the damages it can cause when you default them.
She set it force na road. Onye gbafere mgbe ọkụ stopụrụ ya, egide ya taho ya kwa ụgwọ ya. And if you go to development country, if the police are gonna know ya, police are trace ya dero ya dege, ha chọta ga kwụọ fine the next day. But I get shame. The people on Olaka should make sure that they have, first of all, they should call them for a meeting. I see them talk sense into them. Traffic like, because when you are not informed, you are deformed. Some of them might not know the rules, but when you get them together and sit them down and teach them what they are supposed to do, I think somebody should might adhere to it. That will not do. But with time, you cannot get everything together at the same time. With time, only can if they can be able to go that way.
I think we should start from the radio sensitization, trying to consistently announcing it on radio, trying to let them know why this traffic light should be obeyed and why these rules. Like there are some signs on the road which people are yet to know the meaning of those signs. So these are some of the orientation that should be going on on radio consistently. Through that particular avenue, they can reach out to so many of them, and at the same time, once in a while, they can also call meeting if that be necessary.
To how we put enforcement, security, especially traffic, this hand on there steady. One of that people make it obey. But the traffic is not there. Some people are sometimes traffic about frequent. But the punishments not there steady.
Observance of traffic regulations is a major obligation which every motorist owes the business of driving. Again, you don't park wrongfully. That's it on this edition of Traffic Watch on Orient Television. I am Jerry Osuji. Join us next week for a fresh edition of the package. Bye now.